Hey everyone, Brendan from Goalorious. Today I'm super excited to be joined by the Lucky Luna team. Hey guys, thanks for joining me today.
Hey, thank you for having us.
So I think you guys have definitely an exciting project on your hands. So maybe you guys could first obviously do an introduction of yourself, whoever wants to go first, and then maybe give a brief overview on what the project is.
I'll go first because Diego's got a lot more info than me. So I just come from the crypto world, managing multiple companies, general manager, building teams. I got excited with crypto. Now I'm hooked. So it's basically just trying to take some of that leadership and experience into the crypto side. Learning a lot of things on the way, getting a lot of help from people. Community's been amazing. We've got a bunch of diamond hands in our community here. So just looking forward just to take this thing to the next level.
Okay, I'm Diego. I'm software engineer. I started to work in this career 15 years ago. I have worked in big companies like Amazon, Ubisoft. Disclaimer, opinions are my own, not related with my employee. I'm talking about Lucky Luna and that's it. I started in the crypto world a few months ago. Originally, like any naive investor trying to invest $100 and get a house for free in the next month. Eventually, I discovered that it's not that easy, got interested in the technology behind, and well, here we are.
Yeah, I think that's in my community, a lot of my community and subscribers are new to crypto space. So I think it's good that you guys kind of have that background experience and you were there and you kind of, like I said, when I was reading the website and the white paper, you really want to improve on the current state of crypto, the current state of everything going on and make it as safe as possible. And then small plug for Aaron, you guys did an interview with Cowboys of Crypto. So I'll put a link description for that. I thought you guys did a great job there and answered a lot of questions. But maybe you guys can give an overview for my community on what this project is all about.
Yeah. So basically what we've come across is we started as a meme coin that developed into something quite large. So we got together, wanted to do something different, wanted to be an exciting community, get everything done on our ends. We didn't have to be just followers in a group. We could become the leaders. During that, we decided to make a few different changes, and we completely morphed from the meme coin into a more of a mainstream legit project, completely legit actually, in the fact that we're trying to clean up the scam launches, the bot attacks, the non-docs teams, all the guessing game that comes with the crypto world. Because right now that's one of the biggest issues in any launch is you just rolling the dice to whether you just lost money or you got lucky and you're in one of the 10, one out of every 10 projects that's good. We want to make it on our platform, which is LunaSwap. Lucky Luna is the native token to that. A much safer environment where we can control the variables to start off legit projects. People with real use cases, people that have really good ideas that don't want to get caught up in the bot snipes and the scam contracts and everybody rushing at the beginning of a launch to go hunt a contract down and paste it into PooCoin just to find out that they just got, ripped off and, watch that chart already be at zero by the time they even hit their buy button. So we decided that, we were going to go a little bit different way. And in that process, Diego kind of created something that's never been seen in the crypto world. I'll let him describe that. But it's mainly the whole idea of the project is to allow people more comfort level. We all know that the crypto is decentralized. People like the anonymity. And that's fine. We don't want your wallets. We don't want your the average investor's information. But if you're going to be the ones trying to take money from people, we feel that you should be responsible and a legitimate project. So that's kind of where we're aiming to put LunaSwap and Lucky Luna into, is the safe realm of the more low microcap startups that BSC launches.
Yeah, I think the way you put it, where you said you called it like a guessing game, because even me, who I've been in the crypto for a while, and I'm exposed to projects because I come up with videos on my channel. People ask me like, oh, what's good, what's interesting? I'm like, I don't know. It's hard even for me to say, and I'm in it every single day. It is just a guessing game. There is no good, for the regular investor or the regular crypto investor to know what's to invest in. And then I felt like maybe even like I don't know, 6 months ago, I only knew a handful of people that were like rug pulled or scammed, but it feels like everyone has been rug pulled. Like it's just like 100% of everyone that's ever been invested. If you're invested in everything except like Bitcoin, Ethereum, then you've been a victim of it, which is kind of sad. So.
I think it's got to the point where these people that are doing the nefarious projects are just recycling them. They've gotten good at building quick websites. They've got good at knowing what the hype and the pump and everything else, and they're just keeping to recycle one after the other, right? And I'm not saying it's just a small group. It's a very large group doing it daily, right? There's almost 2,400 launches every single day of brand new tokens on the BSC platform, right? And out of that, I wouldn't even want to put a percentage on the real legit projects, but it's probably a handful versus those 2,400.
Yeah. So like you're saying, that's the same group of people that rug pull, and then since you don't know them, they just make up whatever the exciting theme is of the week. They just make a new project based on that, and there's no way to track them, etc. So,
which is actually pretty sad because the crypto space is so new and there is so much to build. And I noticed, at least from my point of view, that people took a mentality of gambler instead of investor. Like today we have the Floki, new Shiba baby, whatever crap. And they are like, yeah, take all my money because this is going to moon because the team says that is, oh yes, it's X thousand. But they don't have a product, they don't have an idea, they don't have a map. So people got used to that crap. And it's pretty sad because there is a lot to build in the crypto world. And that's what we want to achieve. We know that most of the teams are not technical. Ideas come from people that is in businesses or other areas, and that's why we wanted to create this technology. We want to create something that people can use. They can empower their ideas. We can help them. And also for investors, they have a safe place. Like today, you go to PancakeSwap, and you have just a hash. That hash can be duplicated. You have 10 tokens with the same name. You don't know which one is the original. Nobody is controlling that. Nobody knows if the liquidity is locked. You have to do a lot of research just to be sure that they are not going to scam you. So what we want to create is you go to Binance and you are quite safe there. Like you might be scammed, but it's pretty hard. So that's what we want to create. We want to create a platform where you can do your own research. And we guarantee from the code point of view that all the conditions are going to be safe. Like first, the team has to be docs. You are not docs, you don't deploy with us. Go to PancakeSwap, good luck with you. Liquidity has to be locked. You cannot mine more tokens without add them to the liquidity, so you cannot rock your own token. We will do an insurance fund for projects that are, because we are not perfect. Eventually, someone is going to figure out. Hackers out there are super smart, and they are a lot. So we want to provide all the tools for people to be safe, or at least to build stuff. Like crypto is in a space where you build anything and you are the next Elon Musk, because probably it's not there. There is a lot to build. And we want to do that. We want to build in this crypto world.
Yeah, I mean that's a good way to phrase it too. It's like, yeah, there's so much tools and so much different ways. So much stuff has to be built. It's just like so early on, it's hard, and it's hard to figure out like what's what. And I know projects promise like the world and stuff, and it sounds exciting, but how are you supposed to know? Yeah, it's definitely tough. And when I first started in crypto, I was like, okay, these are the tools I'm supposed to use. Like PancakeSwap and KuCoin is like the go-to place. Like it boggled my mind of like okay, like okay, I'll use them if this is what you guys tell me is the best of the best. So I think it makes a lot of sense, and I think every week now, there's a new theme, there's a new coin, and even though like it has to fit all those things, because sometimes maybe a project will have liquidity lock, but if their team is not doxed, then who knows, right? Like it could be a combination. Or sometimes people will be like, yeah, check out my liquidity, it's locked, here's a link, and then it'll take you to like some contract or something that you're supposed to decipher yourself, and like how am I supposed to know that this says what they say it says, right? So I think it's tough.
Also, if you check the contracts, most of the teams are doing forks of SafeMoon, which is fine. Maybe you don't have the technical skills, you want to build something, but there is so much to build, so much teams out there. Why using always the same contract? So we originally started with that with a meme coin in mind, and we started looking at the code in SafeMoon. I said, okay, I can do this in a few days. And then I found a lot of flaws, and as an engineer, I hate to adapt my problem to the solution. I want the solution to fit my problem. So then I found out, okay, this is not what we are looking for. Let's build it. Originally, we said, okay, how can we differentiate our tokens from others? And the concept we create is taxes are paid in BNB. So to put it in a way, you give $10 to the liquidity and you have $3 in taxes. So you give 10, but the liquidity receives 7, and you receive the tokens for $7. And it's the same when you sell. And what we do with that money is we finance marketing, development, and we push the liquidity as well. So we have something that is deflationary, but not the typical deflationary that SafeMoon implemented. Like when you have the liquidity, you have two pairs in the liquidity that are in balance. Sorry, I don't see my other hand here. you have the BNB and you have your token. The more tokens you have, the less is the price, right? What we want to do is to push the BNB part and to make your tokens more valuable. And we want to make, of course, the liquidity super safe. Like if you see our project right now, we have a huge amount of liquidity to support the price of the token. And that,
yeah, like I think that's like one like factor, and I think the one where it came to light was like the squid token or whatever like that ended up being like a scam. Like even though you had the value of it, but it didn't have like liquidity because so no one could sell. And so I think that's just like that concept, which is like a second part of it. Like people think, okay, I buy a token, the value goes up, but you also have to be able to sell. So like people don't think about everything involved in it. Through the process, like, okay, what do I do with it once I have it? But so I think that makes a ton of sense that you focus in on that. And then even what you said, where it's easy for anyone to make like a contract or like a clone of SafeMoon. I was on Fiverr like a couple weeks ago, and even Fiverr you could go to and be like, hey, I'll make you a crypto token based off SafeMoon or Doge or Shiba for $50. And I was like, oh, why is this so cheap? Yeah. Why is it so cheap? You know, I always relate it to like domain names where you could get a domain name for $7 a year. I'm like, this is why people squat on domain names, because they're $7 a year. Yeah. So like, I don't know, even it's just the bottom of my mind how it was just easy to just launch your own coin and anyone can do it. And that obviously it opens up to like scammers, etc. So yeah.
Our token is the first to use to actually get the taxes in BNB. Other tokens will have to sell their tokens off to pay for marketing, to pay for development. So typically on every pump, you'll see a little bit of a dump. And if you're tracking wallets, more times than not, it's the developers doing it, which causes a panic. People are like, oh my God, the developers are selling. And then you get a huge sell-off. And then they've got to fight against that pump or that dump to get back up again. So what we've done is just eliminate that. The only ones that are controlling the price of our token are our investors. If they want to day trade it, go ahead, right? If they want to, buy, sell, and have fun with it, again, go ahead. We're not holding anybody here. It's their money. They can do what they want with it. We just didn't want to have an environment where we affected the prices to develop the project, right? So that's just not fair to the investors when we've got to dump on them in order to make the next, run up. And if that doesn't work, you just dump the chart, and now you're not getting the pump back. So now you've just lost value in the project. So
yeah, and unfortunately that happened. That happens with other projects out there, which people don't know. That's why, like, oh, why is the price being affected? Why is it so volatile, et cetera? Things like that happen. So yeah. So maybe you guys could walk also through my community, like the timeline of like when you guys launched, and then like when you guys launched some specific things, like where you guys are now, and then I'll follow that up with hey, where are you guys on the roadmap, et cetera. So maybe you could start there.
We launched October 3rd. We kind of pushed it out. We all got excited. We had a bit of a delay from us going from the meme coin to Diego, creating this monster of a contract. That once he said, hey, let's go, we already had a very small community that was waiting just to pull the trigger. And we thought, you know what, we'll just launch it. We'll let it go. We'll work it as we go along. So right now we're at a very low micro cap right now. We were at 120 to start the day. We're at 160,000 market cap right now. So super low, but we're doing a lot more of non meme coin advertising. Like, we don't want to be involved in that pump and dump where people are worried about scams. We want people that are going to invest their money, and even a small bit doesn't matter. Like, a small bit right now could pay off huge down the road, but again, do your own research. I can't promise. I don't even look at the chart. As a CEO of a company, my job is to move the project forward. Once we start ticking the things off in the roadmap, the price will take care of itself. That includes us working towards partnerships for tokens to launch on our platform, where that's our main goal. Once we get a couple of those knocked down, we've already got them in the pipeline. It's just a matter of that's going to build the trust that will allow us to get to that next level. But that's where we're at right now, is kind of just working on getting more exposure so that people know that we're here. We're not going anywhere. Again, we're not worried about, we want every investor to make money. And again, getting in now obviously is the best opportunity ever, because you're going to get a whole bunch of tokens for a very little bit of money. But in the same token, I can't guarantee we're going to have a moon tomorrow to a $10 million market cap. If we keep pushing our roadmap, which we're doing, that will come in time.
Yeah. A lot of times when I talk about projects, I always say, check out the roadmap, see what they're doing. You want to be in the long-term projects. Even if you are in a coin that moons, you're never going to be up at 4 a.m. at night when it exactly hits all-time high to sell. Like, it's never going to happen. So people always have this idea that they're going to be
holders always win.
Yeah. So that makes sense. Maybe I think you said the partnerships you're working on. Again, I'm always trying to get spoilers out of you guys, but any idea when like the first one is potentially launch, or maybe like the different types of projects you hope to help with, if you're willing to share? Again, up to you guys.
Very soon.
Okay,
very soon.
Like sooner
than
expected.
We'll say imminent.
Got it. Are you guys? I'm assuming you guys are maybe open to like all projects if they come to you guys with like solid roadmap, solid team.
If you are legit, we are happy to help.
Okay.
Yeah. So another thing I would like to remark from our project is that we consider it a startup instead of another coin. Like, we have a roadmap, but we have a business plan. We have an income plan. And we will use that to push our liquidity. We are going to get a percentage from other projects, and we are going to use that to push our own liquidity and to push the price of the token. And right now we are working with more than one partnership. People that wants to use our tech, they want to use our platform because they want a place that can be safe for them. And well, that's our way to get income and to push the token price.
No, yeah, I think it's good. Like I said, you guys already had a small community when you guys started. And of course, when you guys talk about upcoming projects and that you work with them in partnerships, and of course, your community is most likely probably going to be interested in the ones that you help as well. So it kind of just builds onto that. And I think that's a smart way to think. And I think thinking of it as like a startup, this is what we're trying to achieve. These are our goals. We're not going to say we're going to achieve them in 2 months or 2 weeks or like that. You guys are just going to stick by and continue to grow slowly so that you will moon. It will just moon eventually at your own pace or whatever like that. But that kind of mindset of like any other tech company, so sometimes it hurts to go too fast.
Especially when you don't have the liquidity to support that.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
So I always ask this question on my interviews. Again, what you guys are willing to share is like, what is on the roadmap? And it could be something that's coming in a week, a month, a year, or 10 years. That's really exciting about this project that excites you guys while you're involved in this project. Like what's, makes this project obviously unique and that you guys are corny, but what makes you guys get out of bed and work on Lucky Luna?
I have a really good one to answer that. You know that every day $9 million are getting scammed in the crypto world. My ultimate goal is to get that people a decent shop. Like, no more money for free, guys.
No, that's a good one. Yeah, I didn't know it was that high, but I mean, like I said at the beginning, it's just sad where it's just like people, like nobody has money to like lose. Anyone that lose, no matter what people say, it's money that's lost that you lost for the reason it goes to someone else who doesn't deserve it. So
So in our when we talk about imminent, we are looking probably within the next. I'll be fair. We're beginning of next month. Realistically, something might happen. It's just a matter of making sure that everything works properly. That's the thing. We don't want to announce a date because we've got a lot of testing to do to make sure they're happy with how it's working on their end. We got another token that's ready to launch. Pretty much, they're just going to working through their plan as well. And then the other thing that Diego's been working on is we've got an exchange that he's building out. That'll happen eventually. We'll again want to make sure that it looks really clean and crisp, and he's happy with it. That's his baby. He's the programmer, so I don't want to put a deadline on that either. But we do our exchange right now is fully functional. Everything works. You can buy, you can sell. The nice benefit to ours is you don't even have to worry about slippage. Whatever the company token that launches, whatever slippage is in there, it just automatically calculates it. So there's no need to even worry what's the slippage on this. But you can't avoid taxes. So if your tax is 8%, your slippage is going to be 8%. It'll bump up slightly based on volume and stuff, but it's literally, it's as easy as it can be. Same with buying from our exchange. When you go onto our exchange, their tokens are already preloaded on there. So you don't have to copy and paste and rush and hurry to get a contract to put it into PancakeSwap. It's already there. So if it's in our exchange, we put it there. Nobody else is allowed to put. You can add one, but it's not going to do anything. It's going to be fake. If you've added it, it's fake, right? So that's why it's a lot safer that way too. The contract that you select is going to be the contract that we got from the token, and obviously we do our due diligence to make sure that's their token as well, right? We're not going to be putting on a scam token. So just building things out properly to make sure everything runs smoothly.
And something interesting I would like to add is that we are working a lot in the background, but we are not the kind of project that is secretive and it doesn't share anything and it's promising, soon, and you never see something. We have all our betas, all our mockups, everything published for the community. They can go and see what we are doing, how it's working. And we got a lot of valuable feedback out of that. Like people say, I don't understand this. If I have to explain it, it's not easy. I have to redo it. So it's something we do a lot. Like you can see 2 versions in the future. Just go into a few links we have deployed.
Yeah, and I'll share all this information in the description of this so you guys could check that out. I thought you do a lot of great analysis and talking about all the different things. I was looking at that chart that compared you guys like PancakeSwap and then Uniswap. And people every day, just even something as simple as like dropping the wrong contract or entering too high slippage or something like that. I think, any ways you can make their lives easier. Again, when I was using PancakeSwap for the first time, thinking like, I thought it was someone was playing a joke on me. Like this was the tool I'm supposed to be using, that it's just good. So anyway, and I think it makes sense. Like you only list docs projects and you offer this support for developers with tools, etc. Like, I don't even know if PancakeSwap is like a company. Is it someone that like is working to improve all these things, or just, I don't know. And I don't want to say anything bad about PancakeSwap, but I don't know. Like, you guys are going out there telling like, this is why we're trying to help you guys working with developers, etc. And I know as a fact, that's not something that they do. So it's definitely something that's needed. So I appreciate you guys joining me today. Was there any last things that you guys wanted to mention? Maybe you guys could tell my community how they can be involved, whether that's joining socials or invest. Obviously not financial advice, but like how they could buy, etc., things like that.
We're active on all the communities, like all the socials. I'm not too familiar with Discord. We're just starting to learn that platform right now. If anybody needs immediate assistance, someone's always available on Telegram. You can find us there. Me, Diego, the other admins are always there to answer them as fast as possible. And also any questions, again, we don't hide anything. We're an open book as far as that goes. So we're here to help. We're here to just put the focus on, again, the safe aspect of the launches. We're just so sick and tired of seeing people lose valuable money. Like, it makes me sick to my stomach when I see, a rug pull that hit 22 million or $2 million market cap and it gets yanked out. And then you see legitimate projects like ours, because we have a use case and people know it's not a pump and dump, so it's more of a slower cycle going up. They're like, oh, I'll just wait because they're going to go up eventually and I can buy now. But getting in early, like I wish I had the opportunity to get into Doge back when it was, 5 zeros and a 2, right? Like, that's kind of one of those things where we're getting at. We're just telling people, just don't invest too much. Just be smart with your money. Spread your money around, diversify, look for legitimate projects. Keep a little bit if you want to play poker and throw darts at the wall for all these other Floki, Shiba Inu, Super Baby Doge, Elon Musk tokens, or Squid Games or whatever you want to do with your money. That's fine. But again, the smartest thing is looking for legitimate projects that put their name, their face, their willingness to communicate, and fill the community in. That's the biggest thing.
Are you guys going to do pre-sales for these new projects, or like, is it just going to be like, are you going to give like early access to people that hold Lucky Luna, or how are you going to navigate that? I know for me, a lot of my community loves hearing about pre-sales and jumping to pre-sales, but obviously those are probably the most unsafe things and things like that. So I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you guys thought of it, but I don't know what you guys take, if you guys want to share.
The other tokens, anybody that wants to launch this can do a pre-sale. It's just the key thing is it's the liquidity's got to be locked, and a substantial percentage of that pre-sale has to be locked. So if they're doing a hard cap of 100 BNB and they hit it, if they're not putting at least 60% of that away, we don't even want to touch it.
Okay.
Right? I understand you need to have some money for marketing and getting everything going, but if you're not willing to put at least 60% of your liquidity into it, you're not legit. You're not willing to build a strong liquidity for your investors.
I would say even more. Yeah.
So it's great that you guys thought about that.
We'll have our own soft cap, hard cap type thing.
Yeah, and that's great that you guys thought. You guys have like a threshold, like I assume, which because based on my experience, like I always say, I've looked at lots of coins, 100, but you guys say lots of coins, 100,000, right? So you guys looked at a bunch of coins, a bunch of contracts. Obviously, you guys have not, and you guys know exactly what is the characteristics of a safe project, and you guys know what to look for, and you obviously vet it, so that makes a ton of sense. So,
yeah, and we love questions. We love that people goes to our Telegram, even if they don't buy. We love feedback. We love to hear what people has to say, or maybe you want to build your project and you are not sure, you don't know how to do it. We are happy to help as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and for me, I always say, and I say this to my community all the time, like I care about, even if you're curious about a project, like you should be curious about every project. You should invest in every project. If you're curious about it, even if your curiosity is only for like 1 second on a Squid Game token or something like that. But if you're curious about it, you should join the Telegram, see what people are talking about, see the questions people are asking, see if the developers are interacting with the community, check out the Twitter, etc. But just like stay curious, and discover stuff for yourself. That's part of the research is figuring out the projects that you want to be in long term. And like you said, Brad, it's like you should diversify your portfolio. So ones that you can, if you want to, be super risky with a small percentage, but it's really up to them to figure out what projects are going to be for long term, because that's the safest way to invest. Obviously not financial advice, but it's common sense. So I thank you guys for taking the time. I don't know if you guys wanted to say anything last to my community before you guys signed off.
No, just come join the community, guys. See what's in. Again, we don't even expect $1 from you. But like you said, come in, ask questions, see what we're about. We'd like to know where people come from. So if you watch this video, I want you guys to come in and give Brent here a shout out. That you watch this video as well, because it's always interesting to see and get to know people as well. So.
Yeah, so it's great talking to you guys, great meeting you guys. So check out Lucky Loon. I'll put the links in the description, and I'll keep you guys updated on this project. But thanks, guys, for joining me today.
Take care, guys.
Talk to you later.